everybody? Awesome. So I'm Erin.
And I'm Kayla.
And we are going to demonstrate how to make finger knitted snakes.
Yes.
So in your bag, you should have
A ball of yarn.
It will be various colors.
And various sizes.
Yep, this is mine. And what else do you need?
Googly eyes.
Googly eyes, and
You will need glue and scissors.
yes, glue and scissors. So your bag has the yarn and the googly eyes, and you have to have glue and scissors.
Yes.
Okay, so finger knitting is kind of a challenge, but we know that you can do it because we've kind of mastered it.
Kind of.
So we're going to try to show you the way that we do it, and I'm going to show you Kayla. Kayla's going to show you me because she does it right-handed and I do it left-handed. So if you are right-handed, you want to follow what she's doing. If you're left-handed, you want to follow what I'm doing. So how do you start?
So first you're going to want to do a double string though. So if you unravel your yarn, how big do you think you need it? Erin's going to...
Well, mine was really, really long. I mean, I don't think you need it quite this long.
But you want to unravel it as long as you think that you need it. Because you're going to cut that piece off. And you could even, if you have a smaller ball of yarn, you can unravel the entire thing. But you're going to want to put the two ends together and what's the word I'm looking for? Put the pieces together so then you can put it out. So you have a double one, so your snake will be thicker.
Yes. So I did 6 lengths of my arm. That's how long my snake is because I wanted mine really long. And maybe when you're first starting out and you're getting the hang of how to actually knit on your fingers, don't worry so much about making the actual snake. Just experiment with the finger knitting part, and then you can kind of see how it works and see how long you want your snake. So
yeah, definitely.
All right, so once you have your two strands
together,
you want to do...
I'm going to take that piece and put them between these two fingers and then kind of hold it there with my thumb. So it's kind of hard to do it backward. Oh goodness. Okay, so then you're going to want to go behind that finger and in front of this one and then the other way. And you're going to do that again one more time. So then you have 2 rows right here. So you're going to, okay, so do you have that? So then you're going to take this first piece.
You're good. Oops. Oh, sorry, camera skills.
You're going to take this first one and move it over the second one. So you're always going to take the bottom one over the top one to finger knit. And then you're going to want to pull this one tight and then your back one tight. Because you want your snake to be very tightly woven. So then you can take this piece and kind of forget about it. So then you're going to take your main string, just protect that a little bit, and go, there we go, there it tightened. You're going to go over your first one and under, and then over that one. So then you can see you have those 2 rows again. So then you can just keep going. And that's honestly the basics of finger knitting. Make sure you pull that tight. You want to go over and under. And it's okay if you decide that you want to go over first instead of under first. You just want to be consistent so your snake has the same pattern. You see what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you can kind of see back here that your beginning of your snake is starting to form. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to let Kayla take the wheel. This is all so very confusing.
So now if you're left-handed...
And I like to tie my strings together because I can't keep track of them otherwise. So when I start, I know it's very different. I hold it kind of in between my thumb and my finger like this. So, and when you're finger knitting with 2 fingers, you want to use... Did you use your first 2?
No, I used my second.
Okay, so you want to use these 2 fingers. And you're going to wrap around like so, and then also like so to start. I know I do this a little bit different, and so you may also create your own way. You're still going to pull up and over, and you want to pull that down. So see, I have a lot longer tail right now than Kayla. And then what I found is you can actually just lay your yarn over those 2 fingers. And pop it over like that. You still want to make sure that you're tightening.
That's so interesting.
I know. They turn out basically the same, but this is just another way of doing it. So I'm going to do one more, maybe 2 more, so you can see kind of what mine looks like. And you don't want to pull so hard that you are causing your circulation to to cease, but you do kind of want it tight. So you can see that it's the beginning of what mine is going to look like with my super long tail that I will cut and make prettier.
Okay, guys, so we took a break and we finger knitted the body of the snake. So if you are not this far yet, feel free to pause the video and wait until you get this far. Your snake can be a little smaller or a little bigger. It really doesn't matter. It's up to you. So now you're going to make the head of the snake. So
we're going to go from 2 fingers to 4 fingers.
Yes, and this is my least favorite part, so I might have to do it again. But so you're going to go just like you would normally, but instead of going this way, you're going to go under your pinky because you're going to start including those fingers. So over, under, over, twice. And I'm kind of going to hold it right here. Oh, nope, I did it one too many. You're only going to want over this first finger. Because the rules are that you only want the 2 instead of more than 2. I'm going to tighten my fingers a little bit. And then I'm going to take just this one.
It's very easy to lose your grip, so don't get frustrated.
Yes, and you don't want to lose your fingers. The string that's on your fingers. Also not your fingers, I suppose. Yeah. So you'll notice that was another 2, but we're ready for number 4 now. So then you're going to go under, over, under, however you want to say that. And I'm going to twist mine around my pointer finger because that's where I've left off. So I'm always going to start with my pointer finger then. So then you're just going to go, see, they're already trying to escape my fingers. And it's okay that sometimes that happens. So then each one goes over. And you successfully went from 4 to 2. I'm going to kind of wiggle my fingers down so they're further down. Hopefully that means I don't lose them again. And then I'm going to go over, under, over. And I'm just going to, crazily enough, do it again. And so now you've successfully gone into 4 finger knitting. I'm going to make sure that I tighten this. And it depends on how big you want the head of your snake to be. I think I'm going to do 1 more. I'm a little worried about the length of my yarn at this point, but we'll see. Okay. Oofda. They're a little too tight on my fingers. As Erin was saying earlier, we don't want to suffocate our fingers.
Yes, circulation is good.
Okay. And then do you want me to show back to 2?
Yes, so then you have to go back to 2, so pay attention.
So you're going to take the pinky finger and put it over your middle finger. And you're going to take your pointer and go over your middle finger. I messed up my fingers, obviously.
Long man.
So then you're going to just finger knit like you would normally and go over and over. Tighten that a little bit. And then you're going to finger knit. I'm going to only do 1, 2, because that's kind of going to be like its nose. Do snakes have noses?
Yes, they have snouts.
They have snouts. Okay, so then if you can see, it kind of has that head shape that you're going to kind of wiggle out to be more
Snake-like.
snake-like. And so then you're going to finish your snake. So you're going to take one finger and put it over the other one and pull that over. And you're going to have this one hole where you're going to take the end of your string and maybe loop that through and pull.
Magic.
Yep. And then you just want to tighten it up a little bit. And as I said, you can kind of wiggle it apart so it has a head.
Because snakes kind of have like a diamond type head
Yeah.
when you're looking at them. So, and it'll be even more apparent when we
Add its eyes.
put the eyeballs on.
So there you go. That's the right-handed. And I will cut this piece off, which I can do now. I kind of like to keep mine a little long because I think that's like its tongue.
Yes.
So there we go. Cut off the end. Voila.
Sneaky. Okay. So, good job, Kayla.
Thank you.
For the version, to add in 4 rows to your 2 rows, you're going to wrap around like we have been doing. I gotta think. Can I do this? Yes. Okay. So I'll show you that again. So you're gonna take it out and around. And I'm gonna hold it across and pull to tighten it. And then you can lay it across your 2 fingers. Kayla made it look very easy. And then you're going to go around your pointer again so that you have something to knit over. And then at that point, I'm just moving these down. You can lay it across your 4 fingers like we were doing earlier. Pulled that one really tight. Let's see if I can get it. So yes, you want to pull it tight, but you know, leave yourself some wiggle room. And then we're going back over. I may have messed this up a little bit, but it's okay. I'm not an expert knitter. I can't do it with needles. I'm still getting the hang of using my fingers, but that's fine. Let's see how we're looking here. I think it's gonna look a little funny, but that's okay. I'm gonna do another row. Wow, he really went from 2 to 4. Okay. The great thing about this is if you don't like what you have done, you can just take the loops off your fingers and pull all that yarn out, and you can start over, which I have done many times.
Same. It all just unravels so beautifully.
Yes, it really does. Okay, so I think that's all I'll do. So then, again, you take your loop off of your pinky and pop it on top of your ring finger. You do the same with your pointer onto your middle finger. Oh, I'm stuck.
Oh no.
It's okay. I got it. There we go. And then I'm going to do like 2 more probably, just so that it looks
Big snout.
yes. Okay. Yeah, this one looks a little funky. I don't know what I did, but it's okay. I can always unwind it and do it again, should I so choose, but I'm not going to. And then I will put this one over. And we just have one left. And then when you go with your other string, see mine is really long. You can pull it through. It's super long. Uh-oh. Be careful when you do that so you don't get into a knot. Okay. So, my head is a little squishy. Maybe I'll flip him over that way. There we go. So that's my little snake.
That's so cute.
Yes. Okay, so now we're gonna finish by gluing on our googly eyes.
I actually have not done this before.
Well, me either.
Just gonna dollop glue and
Stick it on there where you
cross
think their
my
eyeballs could
fingers.
go.
Yeah. They're really big googly eyes for the little heads.
And remember, if you don't like the way your snake looks, unravel it and start again until you're sure that you love it, and then you can put your eyeballs on.
Yeah.
He's
I got some
cute in
glue.
there.
Oh no.
So you can see when I tied my thing off, I left the strands really long for the tongue.
Big tongue.
Yeah, it's a long, hissy snake tongue. Okay, so we're going to talk about some books real quick. First one is, so with Imagine Your Story, we thought Greek mythology or mythology as one of the sections would be fun. And we've kind of touched base on some of those things before. This book I picked, and you can see there's this snake on the cover. So while this book is not necessarily about mythology, the theme of snakes runs throughout the book. And the girl that you see on the front cover, she has special relationships with snakes, kind of like Harry Potter does. She can understand a little bit of them. And so this is a teen fantasy book that is actually about demons and this girl who is rejected from her family because she's not quite like her beautiful sister with the golden hair. Anyway, so it is called The Cold is in Her Bones by Petronelle van Arsdale.
Oh.
Yeah, fancy. I'll talk about this one too. So Heroes of Olympus. Obviously, snakes are related to who? Who, Kayla?
Medusa.
Medusa! She has snakes for her hair because she had beautiful hair when she was immortal and said that it was as pretty as Athena's. And then Athena got mad and turned her hair into snakes, turned her into a gorgon, and you'll have to read about that story if you don't know it. So this is kind of a guide to all of the different heroes of Olympus. Has creation, the gods, the goddesses, the heroes, which Perseus, I believe, is the Athena. And it has the different pairs of lovers and some of the other stories and the directory, which is kind of cool. And then there's also a section, I believe, on like the Greek and Roman gods and how they cross over. Yeah, so you can see that Greek is Zeus, Rome is Jupiter. So if you're ever confused about that, this has a pretty good little section on that. And then the directory, it has really great pronunciations and kind of a basic dictionary description of who they are and what they do. So definitely, if you're into mythology, Greek mythology, check out the Heroes of Olympus. Speaking of the Heroes of Olympus.
So you guys might already know this series, but Percy Jackson and the Olympians is a great book about the Olympians, and it walks you through all the not as well-known stories in like a really interesting way. And Rick Riordan is a very funny storyteller. So this one follows Percy Jackson, who is a demigod. So he's the son of Poseidon. It took me a second. I'm like, it's not Zeus, it's Poseidon.
Been a little while since Kayla read that. That's
it has indeed, but it's very good. It's one of my favorite juvenile books.
All right. And then to round out our tour of mythical creatures, this one is the top 10 worst murderous mythical creatures you wouldn't want to meet. So it's a super fun book. It's in the juvenile nonfiction section. And you can see it's very colorful. It's got fun little stories. There's our friend Medusa, the snakes. But it also talks about dragons and vampires and yetis and mermaids. Trying to think where I found Medusa. I probably should have marked that. I think she's, look at this one, a minotaur in his underwear. There she is, Medusa the Gorgon. Yes. So she's very ugly. It's very sad. So if Medusa were to stare at you, you turn into stone. Yes. So that one's a fun one. And then lastly, if you're interested, we do have several knitting books in our collection as well. This one is specifically for kids of all ages. So there's different projects in here that you can look at and check out and see how you do. I don't know if they talk about finger knitting in here. Do you want to look?
Yeah.
You can also look up videos on YouTube. I feel like finger knitting is one of those things that, like knitting, it's nice to have a video of how to do it because explaining it is a little bit tricky, but also if you want books that have like patterns and stuff, we recommend checking that out. It doesn't look like this one has any finger knitting in it.
Page 18.
Oh, page 18. Oh, hey.
Half a page.
Look at that. I mean, so.
Interesting.
There you go.
That's not even the way we do it.
Nope, this is totally backwards from how we did it. But that's okay. That's why books are fun.
One finger knitting.
Yes. Okay, so that's what we've got for you today, friends. And, shoot us an email or post a comment on our Facebook page with your finished projects. And we will see you next time. Thanks.
Bye.